Curry Chick back with another top 5 video. Today I will be doing my favorite movies of 2017. Since the Oscars are tomorrow, I just wanted to put out my favorite movies of 2017. We all know only one movie can come out with the best film of the year, but you know what? I'm going to give the award to 5. So if you want to see my top 5 and my honorable mentions of 2017, keep watching this video. So my first honorable mention is Spider-Man Homecoming. Now, I was very pleasantly surprised about this new rendition of Spider-Man. And of course, I love the main character, Tom Holland, the actor, Tom Holland. He played Spider-Man. And I love that they used a vulture for the villain in this movie. It's a different villain that we haven't seen before, and I really love it. Of course, my favorite Spider-Man villain is Green Goblin, but you know, I was down for something new, and I thought it was done very well, and I was very pleased with this movie. And by the way, little conspiracy theory for you, Illuminati is involved. I'm pretty sure my boyfriend is secretly Tom Holland, and he runs away to do movies and stuff and doesn't tell me about his alter ego. Because just take a second and look at these two pictures. Yeah, the one on the right is Lucas and the one on the left is Tom Holland. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, thank you. My next honorable mention is Atomic Blonde. Now, the reason it's an honorable mention is because I did not like the way the movie was edited. I thought it was choppy and really fast, but I do love Charlize Theron, and I thought the fight scenes were so well done. And so the directing was fine. I just had a really big problem with the editing, and it got real annoying like 30 minutes in. I was like, what are they doing? I know they want to do flashbacks and then to the present and try to make it like a puzzle that you have to piece together, but it was too much, honey, too much. But you're still in my honorable mention, so good job. I bet they don't really care that they made a random YouTuber's honorable mention list for 2017, but you know what? They did. Next honorable mention was It. I was very happy that the remake of It turned out so well. Of course, I guess it's not really a remake, it's just a rendition, a sequel. I don't know what to call it, really, because it's just them as children. I love the actors in it. They were very strong for being child actors, of course. And I love, love, love Pennywise. It was played by, of course, Bill Skarsgård. I blanked there. There's so many Skarsgårds, you guys. I mean, I'm watching Gustav in Vikings, and then the other ones in Thor, the dad. So many Skarsgårds, but it was Bill. It was Bill. I first saw him in Hemlock Grove. I watched it on Netflix. Real weird one, but if you're into weird, like, vampire-y werewolf stuff, then you would like Hemlock Grove. But he was great as Pennywise. I'm so glad he's getting out there into bigger roles, and I'm very excited to see what all those actors in the movie have coming their way, because they were great and I loved it. It was awesome. My fourth honorable mention is Baby Driver. Now, of course, we have all the controversy around Kevin Spacey. So I don't really want to talk about this too much, but I really did enjoy the movie. I don't usually like Ansel Elgort at all. He doesn't, he kind of isn't the nicest person in real life, or at least I've heard and seen videos of him being rude to fans. But I really like this movie. I like the soundtrack. I like the way it was done, and it was very different, and the actors were amazing. Of course, Kevin Spacey is amazing, but bad guy, guys. So that's all I have to say about Baby Driver. It made my honorable mentions because it was a really good movie, and I just have to enjoy it for what it is and try to forget. But I will not be supporting any more Kevin Spacey movies after this. And my last but certainly not least honorable mention is Wonder Woman. Now, I am a Marvel girl all the way. I enjoy the way Marvel movies are done better. I believe that some of the DC movies that have come out in recent times have been a little iffy. So I sat down in my seat for looking at Wonder Woman like, okay, this is going to be either an awesome hit or a really big miss, and they're going to focus too much on the love interest or do something that is just totally gender specific to women, and they're going to just be offensive. But no, it was a kick-ass movie, wasn't it? I loved it. Gal Gadot, she slays. She's a good-looking lady and a great actress. That's what matters. It was great to finally see a standalone a woman standalone superhero film. It was great, and I am really looking forward to Captain Marvel, since of course I love Marvel the most, and I'm ready to see them do a female version of Wonder Woman. Of course, totally different. Captain Marvel's kind of more space and all that, but we're not getting into the comparisons. I just liked Wonder Woman. I was pleasantly surprised. Let me know what you thought about it too. So yes, that is my last honorable mention, so let's get into my top 5 movies of 2017. My number 5 is Mother. Now, this is a weird movie, you guys, and if you've seen it, you know that after the movie you're like, what did I just watch? But you have to sit down and really think about it. And if you have read any theories about Mother, the one that hits me the hardest and that makes most sense is that is about the Bible. And when I read the theory on this, you guys, you have to go look it up. Type in Mother, Bible, like, conspiracy theory. Not conspiracy theory, just theory. It's crazy. So the whole thing is that Jennifer Lawrence's character is Mother Earth, and this is how we treat, like, the Earth, like, shit, awful. And then, oh, God, what's his name? Oh, I'm not gonna get it. But the other main character in the movie, he's God, and he's creating, and then his 2 sons, or then Adam and Eve come. I'm explaining it awfully. Just look it up. It's really good. Mother was my number 5. It was weird, but once I let it digest and I thought about it for a couple weeks, I was like, that was really good. So yeah, Mother's my number 5. Number 4 is Phantom Thread with Daniel Day-Lewis. Now, I had to put this on here. Daniel Day-Lewis is a master at acting, an absolute master, and this was his last movie. He is retiring after Phantom Thread, which is so sad. So I saw this on opening night, and a lot of people were turned off by it because it's a little pretentious and nothing really goes on in the movie, but you have to just sit down and watch it for what it is. It's just following the story of a dressmaker and his love interest and eventually his wife, and it's a weird one too. It's weird. It doesn't have any action in it, so if you like action, don't go and watch this, but it's so well acted and it's such an interesting story that I was just enthralled. And I heard a lot of bad reviews on this one, that people were just absolutely disgusted and angry that Daniel Day-Lewis chose this as his last movie, but you know what? I thought he did great. So Phantom Thread is my number 4 on my top 5. My number 3 is It Comes at Night with Joel frickin' Edgerton. Now, if you've seen my top 5 actors, you know Joel's on that list, and this movie absolutely blew me away. It is a horror thriller, but here's the catch. You never really know what the threat is. You never really know what's going on in their world. You just know that it's kind of post-apocalyptic. They just live in this cabin-ish house out in the woods, and you never really know what is wrong and what's going on, and it's super intense. And Joel and the other actors, I wish I knew the other actors' names, but I think they were all relatively new actors. I haven't seen it in a while. I need to watch it again because it was so good, but all I can think about is Joel Edgerton because he just blew me away. He always does. Love that man. If you love thriller, suspense, and a little bit of horror thrown in there, then go see It Comes at Night. You won't be disappointed. That's my number 3 on my top 5. My number 2 is The Shape of Water, directed by Guillermo del Toro. You guys, it is visually stunning. It's another weird one. She falls in love with a merman thing. But it is so good. It is so good. I'm noticing that all my movies, yeah, every one on my top 5 is a weird movie. It's like weird, and it will like freak you out. Not freak you out, but just make you really think. So yeah, anyways, The Shape of Water. This is the first time I've ever seen Sally Hawkins. Of course, she doesn't speak in the movie. She is a mute, but she still kicked ass in this movie. Her acting and the way she was signing and her facial expressions were great. Michael Shannon as the bad guy, the villain, he was amazing. I love the way he created the character. He's intense in it. Really, really good. And like I said, the cinematography was beautiful. This movie blew me away. I did not see it until a couple weeks ago. I held it off for a while there, and I don't know why, because I wanted to see it the minute I saw the trailer and the minute I saw that the reviews were good. And, oh man, I was not disappointed. So if you like Guillermo del Toro and his look and the way he directs, I would definitely recommend The Shape of Water. It is a weird one, but you'll be happy you saw it. It's not too long. I loved it. And another little plug here for Guillermo del Toro. Of course, Pan's Labyrinth is good. Everyone who likes film should see that movie. But also, I have to plug in my favorite actor, Tom Hiddleston. He is in Crimson Peak, directed by Guillermo del Toro. And that is a gothic romance. And if you haven't seen that, pause the video and go watch Crimson Peak, because you'll love it. You'll love it. But yeah, Shape of Water is my number 2. My number 1 pick of 2017. The movie that, in my opinion, should win the Oscar for Best Film. It's not going to. I love that they got nominated, but I don't see it holding up to the other movies. But I really think this was my favorite film of 2017. I have seen it 9 times. I've seen it 9 times. If you have seen this movie, you have to, only once, you have to go back and watch it. The amount of things you'll pick up a second time is amazing. And do you want to know what the movie is? You're like, tell us what it is. Get Out, directed by Jordan Peele, starring Daniel Kaluuya. Oh my god, guys, this film is perfect. It is Jordan Peele's first time directing. He wrote it. Like, this guy, if you don't know, Key and Peele on YouTube, they are comedic geniuses. And Jordan Peele's like, you know what? I'm going to direct a freaking movie, and it's going to be nominated for Best Picture. It's going to be nominated for Best Actor, Best Director, Best Script. Yeah, my first try. If you haven't seen Get Out, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's about a man who visits his girlfriend's parents' house. He's a black man, they are white, and it is just focuses on the subtlety of racism in our country and how many people do not believe they're being racist, but they really are. I went through this a lot growing up in South Dakota. Of course, I don't live there anymore, but I used to live in South Dakota, and I was one of the few black people at my high school, and many people just don't realize what they're saying is offensive. Like, my mom is white, so we would go to a movie theater and it'd be rated R, and they'd be like, I'm sorry, you have to have a parent or a legal guardian with you. Just little things like that. Like, she is my mom. We don't have to be the same skin tone for her to be my mom. So Get Out just addresses those things, and it's not in a super in-your-face way. It's still an interesting movie, and it's not trying to push any propaganda on you. It's just raising the questions and trying to make you see that things you say might not be the best things to say to someone of color. So it is a great movie. It's psychological. It's a thriller. You never know what's going on. And if you haven't seen Get Out, go watch it right now. That is my number 1 pick, rounding off my top 5 movies of 2017. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching my top 5 videos. I know that I'm mainly a reaction channel, but I wanted to put some videos in that I liked making and having my opinion out there so you guys can get to know me more. So I hope you enjoyed it. Of course, I will be having podcasts and my full reactions on Patreon. If you want to hear more of me and see more of me and hear more of my opinions, go join my Patreon. I have a $1 tier, a $2 tier, and a $5 tier, and they all have perks to them. It would help me out so much. I am trying to raise money to upgrade my camera and my computer and my set. So if you want to support my channel, go ahead and go do that. And once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.